Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of the Wildlife Park series. And today we are going to be building the cheetah enclosure. So if you'll remember, last episode we built this. And yeah, lions, stuff like that. I'm actually, oh gosh, my FPS is dying on this again. I'm not sure why. Anyway, so after basically coming up with the idea for the cheetah exhibit, I was looking back here, and I think I'm going to cut this exhibit basically. This little bend in here, I don't think it's necessary, and the lion exhibit actually doesn't need to be this large, so I think we're gonna cut it here. We might actually take this little area here, see if I can find another small animal and put it in there, which I think would be pretty cool. Anyway, today, also, I guess I'm just gonna reply to some comments really quick. One person was asking me, what's that? That is caused by the Tropicraft mod. It's a waterfall effect. 2, some people actually wrote in some stories for tree rock. I completely forgot about that. And I'm not gonna read them, at least this episode, just because I kind of need to get this up and it's late when I'm recording this because I didn't realize I had to stay late at school today, and then I did, and yada yada yada. Long story short, I just kind of want to get the video done. But we'll read them perhaps on what I'm actually about to talk about, which is an upcoming video, well, not video, but a thing we're gonna do soon. So this was brought up by someone. I'm so sorry, I forgot about the person who left this. I may have actually talked about this in the last episode. I honestly have no recollection. But I remember someone brought up the fact that in the last Dinos episode that I should, since I like a lot of feedback when it comes to, designing new areas or coming up with new concepts for parts of the park. I like hearing what you guys think. It's really cool. And someone said for the Dinos park, I should do a live stream for that. So that's something that hopefully I'm gonna have time to do this weekend. I would like to, because I mean, I think that'd be pretty fun to just do a bit of a live stream and figure out how exactly you guys would like to see the park turn out. And this is not what the wall is permanently gonna be made of. I have just made it that because, I don't know, I needed a placeholder block. There we go. Now I don't want this all to be rock because, to be honest, we kind of need to end the rock exterior off because the pathway for the giraffe area is gonna come around here, and then they're both gonna combine and then maybe head out behind, like straight that way, and there's gonna be the elephants back here, and then I might bring the rock wall. Actually, should I bring the rock wall? I don't know. I'll either bring a rock wall or the zoo wall around the back here, or put another exhibit in, and that will be basically the end of the savannah. I'm not actually, I can't even remember now what I was talking about. That's not good. Anyway, so we're building the cheetah exhibit today. This is a fairly small, I'd say it's a decent bit smaller than the lion exhibit. Yeah, it's about a third of the size of the lion exhibit, which I think is okay because I actually don't even have the cheetahs on me. I got them the other day when I recorded this episode and stuck them in this chest here that's been here for a while. Yep, so we have 3 cheetahs. So considering I only got 3, I was like, you know what? We don't really need too big of an enclosure. I mean, it's not like the lions where I wanted to put like a full pride in. So I mean, yeah, we don't need too big of an enclosure for that many cheetahs. So I thought, you know what? We don't need that big of an enclosure. And I've just repeated that point like 6 times. I'm very confused with myself now. Very confused. At least I actually brought all the correct blocks this time. What was it? Someone mentioned I need to put a guardrail or fence thing along this pathway so people couldn't reach their arms to the lion pen, and that was a brilliant idea. So, I mean, I can always extend the pathway out just one more with World Edit, because I mean, heck, that makes it super duper easy. So yeah, we're just gonna put a little bit of a barrier fence there. I did say I was gonna make that 32 by 32, and I am. I'm gonna find a texture for it. I just haven't gotten time to do that yet. Also, so this is another thing about live streams, and I'm just talking about all the stuff that's gonna happen this weekend, hopefully right now, because most of you should know by now, I've started a brand new series that I'm going to try to continue because it was actually really fun to make the first episode, and that is Zoo Tycoon. And potentially there is another series that might be taking the Monday spot as well, like what is it? Zoo Tycoon is something I can fairly easily record, which makes me question why I didn't record an episode last week. But anyway, so since it's fairly easy to record, I've been considering doing something a bit more, you know, long-term and, you know, something a bit more interesting to also go up on Fridays. And someone was suggesting in the comments of, it was yesterday's video, yeah, it was yesterday's video, that I should do Galactic Craft. Now, I mentioned it in that video, I think, and I mean, I've been thinking about that for a while now, and yeah, let me know. Would you guys be interested in seeing Galactic Craft? Because I know I have some friends who I think would be up for that, who have said they'd be up for doing something like Galactic Craft, so if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Also, I'm considering, maybe not for a series, but maybe just like a one-off episode type thing, going back onto Subnautica. Because some people might not know this, but at one point we actually had a Subnautica series running on the channel. Yeah, how long did I do that for? I did it for a couple of weeks. We have like 4 episodes up on the channel, so I mean, if you want to see it, you can go check it out. They aren't great episodes, but if you want to see them and see what me playing Subnautica was like, go have fun. But I wasn't very good at the game, but I've been considering potentially revisiting it, mainly because I was like, you know what? It's starting to, that game especially right now, is starting to fit a lot more with what I want the channel to become. As much as I like dinosaurs, I don't want it to just be, you know, Minecraft dinosaurs and stuff like that. I want to start at least somewhat broadening the scope to maybe be a bit more animal-based gaming. I guess a good channel, and this is the channel that actually kind of has inspired me to start maybe going towards a goal like that. For those of you, several of you I think have watched the channel Best in Slot. That's a bit more what I think I'm going to try and aim for, because I mean, I like dinosaurs and I like dinosaur gaming and stuff, or like Minecraft dinosaurs and stuff, but I don't want that to be like the main focus of the channel, or well, the only main focus of the channel. I want to try and do some other more interesting games as well. Not more interesting, but other interesting games as well. And, you know, kind of see what you guys would be interested in watching. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing in the near future. I'm very concerned as to why I'm actually building up this wall. Also, just a bit of a disclaimer, if you hear, what is it? I guess you could describe as yapping or short, shrill barks in the background. My family recently just got like 2 dogs, like 2 little puppies, and they are very loud. I mean, before I start recording, actually, yeah, they were very loud. So if you do hear anything in the background, that's most likely what it is. Yeah, this looks okay. How does it look from the fence? I like that. I have to. So that's why I'm kind of thinking about the lion exhibit here. I'm just gonna mention this real quick. Either that's gonna be another exhibit for some other animal. If I can find, ooh, I could put a leopard in there. I could do that because I'm trying to think. If I build a divider there could definitely be one more exhibit in this area. And yeah, that would kind of work, because otherwise it's just gonna be one big rock wall between the two, which I think could also work. I mean, it could be a large piece of scenery, because, gosh, I'm gonna have to do like 2 or 3 of those. I'm gonna have to do like 4 or 5 of those actually in this whole area, because the large gaps I put in between the sides where you actually can see the animals. And now I do the thing I do in Zoo Tycoon, or yeah, actually, if you saw the first of hopefully the many episodes of Zoo Tycoon I plan to make. I like using big rocks to kind of intercept a fence, kind of like this, and then doing something like that. That's what's funny about this whole area. It's like you see this and it looks like a full-on rock wall, and then you just go behind it and it's like 1 block thick. Actually, it doesn't look too bad on this. I mean, it doesn't look super natural, but it doesn't look too bad. That's funny. This one doesn't look that good, but I guess, I don't know. I guess I can do some things right in this game. 5, yeah. Okay, we're gonna try and organize this by groups of 5, because why not? I like symmetry. Symmetry is the best. Wait, where is it? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. I might actually bring these ones up a bit, just to kind of allow me to build a bit of a hill up back here. You know, this one needs to go out 1 more. Actually, I might just do that, and then like this. 5, and then, I mean, it's not a perfect mashup right there, but you know what? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. Now for the finishing of the building of the cheetah enclosure for the not the chaos zoo, the chaotic craft wildlife institutional park thing, you know, that people go visit, otherwise known as a somewhat of a zoo. Somewhat of a zoo. 'Cause I don't know if this would this qualify as a full-on zoo? I'm not sure. That's actually kind of cool looking. I like doing things like that where it's kind of a hybrid type build where, I mean, like, I guess you could say that's a bit of a hybrid build, but I mean, like, that's fully fence. That's pretty much fully rock. But then this one's got a bit of rock and then it goes into a fence, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I like it at least. Let's see. There we go. Actually, you know what? Instead of building a rock wall back here, I think I'm gonna do what I've been kind of doing towards the edge of the fence over in the jungle area, or what I'd been doing, which is, what is it? That's not good. I was like, I'm gonna do something similar and then completely forget what it is. Oh, put up a bunch of trees, basically build up a bit of a forest on the edge. I think that'll kind of look, yeah, that should look kind of cool. And plus, I think this, which biome was this? Wait, actually, I want to see, do I have camels? I do have camels. Ooh, we have 2 camels. You know, we're gonna take a quick break from this build. Okay, we have that camel and that camel. Lord of the Rings camel, it's a bit wide, but I mean, you know what? That's not that bad. We're not using this camel because, no. But this camel, it looks a little weird, but you know what? It's workable. I think we can, you know, oh gosh, what have I done? I need to go collect those blocks back. Okay, what was I gonna say? I think that, would that fit? No, that wouldn't really fit there. It could fit back there though. I was originally gonna put the vultures there. Actually, we could put the vultures in there and back there, because we've already got the Komodo dragon, which is gonna have which would have a somewhat similar build to what I'm gonna do for the camels. So yeah, that could work all the way back there, and it's a nice large exhibit to fill up the space. I think that would work. Okay, sweet. We're getting all the desert stuff. I'll see actually if I have any other desert animals, because then this could be a combination of savanna and desert to kind of just, you know, fill out that section. And yeah, then what is it? I'm trying to think of which area this is going to lead into. What is it? The next 2 areas I've kind of got planned out are going to be the Arctic and the forest. So forest is going to be things like bears, deer, things like that, foxes, raccoons, and what is it? And then the tundra is going to be things like the polar bears and seals, if we have seals. I don't think any mod I have has seals, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, and then we just basically, oh yeah, I forgot. I've built this fence slightly weird, but it looks cool. It looks cool, and that's what matters for fences. Because who cares if the fence is functional as long as it looks cool while being somewhat functional. And that's basically how I do dinos. As long as the fence looks cool, I'm fine with it. Which is why it takes me so long sometimes to build enclosures for both this and any other series, because I'm like, okay, it works, the animal's not going to escape, but it does not look very attractive. And my fences must look very attractive, or otherwise I won't come to see, because the fence looks hideous. And this doesn't. This looks cool. I like this. I was gonna put a hill in here. Ooh, okay, where am I gonna put the hill? Basically, the reason I wanna put a hill in is, I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to the Phoenix Zoo. I mean, I'm sure other zoos do this as well. And actually cheetahs do this in the wild. They like hills, basically, or high mounds they can get up onto to look down at animals below. And I know, especially at the Phoenix Zoo, they have the cheetahs have a place like that. And it's literally where they spend, it's at the very back of their enclosure, and that's literally where they spend all their time. I know this because I've been to the cheetah area multiple times during the day, on like more than 6 or 7 visits to the zoo, and they have always been back there, and they're like impossible to spot, and it always makes me kind of sad because I'm like, I want to see cheetahs because they're super cool, and you never can because they're like ninjas. They are stealth ninjas, and you never find them. It's like crazy. Believe it or not, big cats are actually really good at hiding. I don't know how many of you knew that, but they're very good at hiding. How does that look? That actually looks a bit like the one from the Phoenix Zoo. I mean, for that one, it's a bit more back there, and it's like covers the whole back of the exhibit, but you know what? We're not gonna do that with ours. Our zoo will be a bit more, and I'm gonna bring this rock face out a bit more because I want to keep the cheetahs from getting out. Believe it or not, like I said last episode, people don't generally like getting their faces eaten. I don't quite understand it, especially when there's like animals easily capable of hunting down and killing the men and children and stuff. They just generally don't want to. I'm not sure. What is it? Oh, that's something I just remembered. People, generally, if I talk to someone about the possibility of dinosaurs being brought back. Now, I'm not talking like, you know, I mean, I've had a live stream conversation on this with you guys about, like, you know, should we bring dinosaurs back and stuff like that. And I think I did, at least. But anyway, like, when I talk to someone about that, I'm not, like, going over all the ethical arguments about whether or not it should happen. Like, I'm just like, if there was a dinosaur park like Jurassic Park, would you go to it? And everyone I've ever asked always says no. I mean, unless they're like Mega, who likes dinosaurs as much as I do. So, I mean, he's like, oh yeah, I'd definitely go. But most people are like, no. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you? And they're like, because dinosaurs would eat me instantly, and they're man killers and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, most animals in nature don't generally kill people. Like, most of them, especially, what was it? I mean, the case of the lions that became man killers, they didn't generally eat the people they killed, but they killed people because they found out, well, one, they were, I mean, what was it? I think it was a territorial thing, one, and two, they found out people were just really easy to kill. So, I mean, unless the dinosaurs had a real good experience with, I mean, unless, of course, you jumped into their cage and were, like, taunting them and stuff, I mean, then they generally kill you. I mean, most animals wouldn't that scenario, but, I mean, at least to me, I'm like, I don't think if you just randomly gave them space in the wild and stuff, I mean, the chances of it just seeing you from, like, I don't know, 300 feet away, like a velociraptor sees you from that far away, and then instead of, you know, just being a normal animal, it instantly, you know, like turns into some vicious man-eater like in Jurassic Park. I mean, that's not gonna happen. But whenever I ask someone about that, that's always what they're like. They're like, oh, but they'd be all man-eaters and no one would be safe. They'd kill all the people. I'm like, they most likely wouldn't. They'd be like bears probably, where as long as you get into space, you know, they'll most likely leave you alone. I mean, there's a bit of a difference. I mean, a bear is like what? How heavy are bears? I think bears get around a ton, can get around 1 ton. They probably can get more than that in the larger specimens, but I mean, to be honest, I'm not the one to quote on that because I don't know bears. Oh, it's like a rock, smashing rock. This is actually quite cool. And I think I'm gonna go do this I'm gonna go do this in a few of the other areas because that, like, I mean, that's quite nice. Oh, I forgot it turns things into cobblestone if you hit them twice. Not cobblestone, what is it? It's gravel. So I don't want to hit one place more than once, but I mean, like, look, that looks pretty cool. Like little things like that. Little bits of extra detail. Make the build look a lot cooler. I actually think that makes it look like 10 times cooler. That gravel doesn't look bad there. I'll keep it. Let's see, and then we just do a bit of gravel in. barren dirt, and you guys know the drill by this point. You know, just a bit of barren dirt here and there, a bit of gravel. And, you know, you just throw this around and you get a cool looking little pathway. And then I'm not gonna put any on the hill because, I mean, not because they wouldn't be walking up there, but because we're gonna pretend that they're super stealthy when they head up there. So, you know, the humans, they can't see them. And I'm gonna make this hill like a majority tall grass. So, again, for the people, to make it really difficult to spot the cheetah. This was actually taken from another comment someone left on the dinos video, because they're like, oh, you should make a dinosaur exhibit that's like the ones from Jurassic Park for the raptors, where, you know, the foliage was so dense you couldn't see them. I was like, you know, that'd actually be pretty cool for a raptor pen, or some dinosaur pen, to make it so that it's actually pretty difficult to find the dinosaur. And then when you find it, you get like this quick glance at it, and then it like runs off into the forest again, and you have to wait to try and spot it. I mean, that'd be pretty cool for an exhibit, I think. Yeah, I'm liking this. I think this build was a lot quicker than the last one was. I mean, then again, that was a much larger build than this is. There we go, we got our cheetahs. Looks pretty cool. Okay, let's get the shaders on. Let's get them shaders on. Actually, I forgot we have to look at it from the outside first, but that looks cool. And we got the lions over here, we got the giraffes over there. Oh yeah, I've set it to be permanently daytime. I forgot about that. Let's go see inside the exhibit. Like this. I mean, it's not the most dense exhibit ever, but it looks cool. I think this is one of the better ones. That's one of the funny things with most games like this, where you can go and design exhibits or whatever you want. Sometimes it's not the big things that are the most impressive. Sometimes it's just those small little builds. Like this. I mean, it's not the biggest enclosure, and it's not like the giraffe one or something, but it's just a small little build. With a few good details, and it looks pretty good. I like it. It's good for the simplicity. Well, anyway, we're gonna end today's episode off here. Hope you have all enjoyed, and until next time, guys, see ya.